Neighbors and leaders in Windy Hills packed a community meeting tonight, upset about a halfway house in their subdivision occupied by a convicted rapist. Wave 3 News reporter Jabina Fortson was at that meeting tonight. And Jabina, how is it possible for that person to live in that area?
Well, Scott, the halfway house in question sits right here on Wicklow Road, and just a little more than 1,200 feet away is a preschool. But that distance is just far enough to allow a registered sex offender to live in that home.
They're not bad individuals, they did bad things, and now we're trying to talk about their future and help them to move forward.
Bruce Gates is an Oxford House outreach coordinator. He runs this halfway house for recovering addicts that was rented in Windy Hills in June. It's a place 33-year resident Lacey Little and his neighbors have a major problem with.
Somewhere there's a bill in our organization or somewhere that they could deal with that without sticking them right in the middle of a subdivision with schools and kids around there. That makes no sense.
And that's only half the issue for neighbors. The home is also occupied by a convicted rapist. He'll be a registered sex offender for life. He can't legally live within 1,000 feet of a school or playground. There's a preschool a little more than 1,200 feet away, which means he's following the law.
I know our residents are frustrated. We are too, our city officials are, because there's really not much we can do.
Residents suggested building a playground within 1,000 feet of the home as a way to exclude sex offenders from the neighborhood. But that violates civil rights.
We can't take the posture that some citizens need to be discriminated against for any reason.
We don't want to get our city into trouble in some kind of a lawsuit.
So all they can do is monitor the property. And with that, Gates hopes some understanding will follow.
There's a need for other recovering alcoholics and addicts that need a safe place to transition out of either treatment or DOC or drug court and want to maintain their sobriety, but they're not ready for that, next step, like living by themselves.
Oxford House has a 4-year lease with the home in Windy Hills. Community officials plan to keep an eye on the property during that time. Jabina Fortson, Wave 3 News.
At least 3